Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a newly released Pokemon here, which is going to be the Rotom-Frost version, which is only of course available for people like me that were at the Go Fest at London or Osaka. Most likely also then later on when we're going to have the Global Go Fest, it's most likely also gonna be in snapshots. Usually those Pokemon get released during the Global Go Fest as well. So today we're going to take a look at this Pokemon in the Great League. This Pokemon itself is actually kinda special, which you might have not really known, because it has a very nice coverage. It is a Bolt Beam Pokemon. What this kinda means is that you have an Ice type attack and like electric type attack on your Pokemon here, which is giving you the basically perfect coverage in general. There are only two kind of families I think that resist both like electric type and ice type moves, which is like this Pokemon itself, Rotom itself, as well as any steel and electric type Pokemon. Those are the only Pokemon that can resist it, as you're going to see a Blizzard coming through here against a full health Noctowl. Goodbye Noctowl, but sadly you are not going to be able to outspeed the opponent here. Sadly here as well, Blizzard was needed. Thunderbolt does around 80% damage against a Noctowl. We wouldn't have been able to farm down in time, so that's that. But yeah, this Pokemon itself, very cool, has like basically no coverage defensively. Of course, offensively has a lot of weaknesses, especially in this game here right now, where abilities are not a thing, because in the main series games, Rotom has the ability Levitate, making it immune to ground type moves, while here, ground type moves like the Earthquake from, for example, like Galarian Stunfisk just one-shots us. So it's a little bit different here. But yeah, we're going to take a look at today at this team with a double ice in the back, because I kind of want to use my Frosters anyway. And Frosters was definitely a very fun Pokemon to use and helps out quite a bit with the Medicham matchup. I should not have shielded this move most likely. Should have most likely kept my shield for my Rotom, because Rotom needs a shield. Rotom is a very squishy Pokemon, but can hit very hard. We're going to have now two Avalanches stored here against the opponents. You can knock them out with one of them. And the Lantern is coming back in here again. Shadow Ball are going to do around 50% health of the opponent, and we're going to have them now in the deep red health, as we can try to swap out here right now. They're gonna go ahead and go for the Surf, which we can survive, and we can swap out into our Rotom, as we're gonna get out the Sableye, and this is going to be a fun one, because we can still barely survive the foul play. And you know what's coming here right now, the Blizzard. Is this enough to knock out the opponent? It is, and we can say goodbye to the opponent here, as Rotom is cleaning this matchup. Let's take a look at the next game here. We're going to have an amazing lead with Drapion against us. This is something that our Swampert definitely likes to see, as we can just go for the Hydro Cannon here to do some damage. But let's take a look at this one. Yeah, they're going to let this move go through. I can just farm down afterwards if I want to. I can even let this move go through here as well. Crunch comes through. We're gonna get the defense drop, of course, as always. As you're going to see the opponent going into a Dragonite. And I make a mistake, I think, in this game. We're going to take a look at this now as well. We're going to see the Dragon Claw coming through. Fine for us. And we're going to get a Beedrill in here. Or maybe not. Maybe it was not this game where I made the mistake. But a Beedrill is going to not enjoy the matchup against the Frosters, as we're going to be able to go for another Avalanche here and get the final shield by the opponent. Remember, our Swampert has a move start right now, and honestly, I make a mistake by what I'm doing here right now. I should go ahead and go into my Swampert right now. I lose CMP though, and they know that, and they're gonna go ahead and go for their own charge move right now. So maybe I shouldn't actually went for that, but now I have to go for one Thunderbolt here. I have to shield this move up. And they're still going to have the Dragonite in the back. As long as I can knock out the opponent here, I'm fine, but they're going to swap out into the Dragonite, and I should have let them get more damage onto my Rotom. This was my big mistake, because now I'm forced to try to swap out, and I waited one turn, but the opponent still got the damage onto my Swampert in order to get the charge move off, because Swampert loses CMP against Beedrill. We had to try to pull that off. If they left, like if I just let them farm us down, they would have had another accident with just one CMP against us, so that was my only play. But most likely could have played this a little bit better. Next opponent here, we're going to encounter the Alolan Ninetales with Charm, doing a ton of damage, because Rotom is not a bulky Pokemon at all. Like, honestly, this thing is super squishy. But because it's super squishy, it's going to do a ton of damage here, as you're going to see right now. Boom! The Thunderbolt is going to be able to knock out the opponent's Ninetales, and this is going to be nice, as we can now realign. And in comes now the Nidoqueen. This will allow us to actually still get to the Hydro Cannon in time, and this is a super effective move. Stab, very strong, as well as Shadow bonus, and it's going to knock out the opponent, as they're going to have a Medicham in the back, and they can call it a day, as they're going to be able to win this game. Next opponent, Cresselia in the lead. This is also an awkward one for us, but let's see what we can do here right now. I'm going to catch the move onto my Rotom. Rotom will be able to take this incoming Grass Knot from the opponent, as we will be able to even survive another Grass Knot, which will allow me to go for a Blizzard in time. And this Blizzard, you're going to see the damage of this. Honestly, against a super bulky Cresselia, this is absolutely wild. Sadly, I don't get to the move there. I don't know if I lagged or I looked a little bit weird, but it's going to be okay. We're going to see now the Lantern coming back in. We can go ahead and go for one Earthquake against the opponent here right now. They're going to let this move go through, and we can say goodbye to the Lantern, as I can swap out immediately into my Frosters here right now. But no, they're actually going to go into their own Swampert right now. So I have a little bit of energy left here, which is really nice, because I'm always going to be able to outspeed them, which is important because my AV spread does not allow me to win CMP ties at all because I'm at 0 attack. So you're going to see here right now, I'm going to be able to go for another Hydro Cannon against the opponent, and this will get the shield, as I'm going to use my shield here as well. I have a Hydro Cannon stored, I'm just going to go straight for it, because if they swap out into the Cresselia, which has a move stored, I still would be able to knock them out before they can go for their charge move, but like this, I will be able to just stay in here, let them throw, and I will be able to outspeed the opponent with my Frosters to the Avalanche, and they know about this as well, and they're going to forfeit this game. Well, let's take a look at the next game. Interesting lead here, we're going to have a Shadow Sableye against us. This matchup actually really depends on the IVs of the Shadow Sableye, because we're going to outspeed them all the time, but the damage output that we do here right now depends kinda on how their IVs are. I think they can survive on charge move. I think it was the Shadow Sableye matchup, maybe actually the normal Sableye matchup. We're going to see it right now, as we're going to go ahead and go for another shield here right now. I try to go for a knockout. I think that's going to knock them out from this range already. Never mind. I think it's a normal Sableye matchup where it's a little bit different. Let's see here. This should knock them out. It does knock them out, so it was a normal Sableye, where it is very close with the Shadow Swampert. We're gonna get out here, sadly, the Stunfisk, and I make a mistake there. I should have went into my Frosters instead. I don't know why I didn't go into my Frosters. Like, honestly, it does not make sense to not go into my Frosters here. They're gonna be able to go ahead and go for one Earthquake to knock me out, and they gonna do exactly that. And like this, I'm going to be in such a bad spot, and I don't know why I did this. That doesn't make sense at all. And I'm most likely going to now lose the game because of this, because I don't even get to my move here right now. They're going to be able to outspeed me here with their Pokemon as well, and they're going to outspeed me with their Noctowl. So unless one Avalanche is all it takes to knock them out, which, spoiler alert, it is not, because Noctowl is insanely bulky for whatever reason, we are sadly going to lose this game here by my own mistake. If I went into my Frosters as a save swap, I'm fairly certain I had a way better chance of winning this game here, threatening the Galarian Stunfisk way more. So yeah, let's take a look at the next game. That's most likely what I meant. The normal Sableye matchup really depends on IVs in the 2-shield scenario. As we're going to now see here, that we're going to do a ton of damage, and Mudshot is going to chunk them quite a bit. So it depends if we can farm them all the way down now or not. We can go ahead and go for another charge move, get our shield back right now. And we're going to see right now as well that I'm going to be able to outspeed them. And I make a mistake here again. This is going to be on me again as well. I'm going to now shield this move up, because I thought I can farm them all the way down. But turns out the IVs really matter, and you see right now they survive with 1 HP or something. It's actually most likely 2 HP, but like 1 Mudshot worth. And yeah, they're going to be able to knock me out there. If they had most likely worse IVs, I would have been able to knock them out myself. But it's going to be okay. We're going to have now the Lantern against us, as we can go ahead and go for a Thunderbolt. I suspect that the opponent going to have something in the bag that Rotom is going to be really good against. So I'm going to use this opportunity to swap into my Frosters, as we're going to see now that the opponent going to go for another charge move here. They are going to go for the Thunderbolt, gonna get me low, but not knocking me out yet, as they're going to swap out into a Noctowl. This might be close. Let's see here. We're going to be able to get some damage onto them, but we still have to hit a Thunderbolt. I know that I still have a Surf, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for a charge move first. And like this, the opponent is not going to be able to go for any charge move themselves. They can go for a Surf with the Lantern. Do I outspeed them? Can I finish up this game here with my Rotom? I can do this, as the Rotom is gonna be able to go for a Thunderbolt and finish up this matchup against the Lantern. Next game, we're going to have a very decent lead for us, because we really want to have the Sandslash against us in the lead. The Sandslash basically beats our backline. It can even beat our lead here, but we're going to be able to go for the Hydro Cannon spam here, and that's going to be better for us, as they're going to swap out into a Pelipper. Great play by them. But I can swap out immediately now into my Rotom, which can take a charge move here from the opponent, but still going to be a little bit of an awkward one right now, as they can go ahead and still go for another charge move before I can farm them down, so I have to throw a Thunderbolt here in order to knock them out before they can go for the next Weather Ball. I can try to go for the Thunderbolt here, but they're gonna go for their own charge move onto my Rotom. They're gonna go for the Ice Punch. Do I survive? No, I do not survive, even though it is resisted. It still did too much damage against me, as we're going to now see the Drill Run coming through. They're going to maybe swap out again. They do not. I'm going to be able to win the CMP tie here right now, and I will get to the next move in time if they're going to swap out here, and you see me making an interesting play here as well. Basically, at this point of time, I knew already this game is over. We will be able to win this game. Why do we win this game? Frostless. Frostless just got the opponent into a range where they are forced to go for 2 Seed Bombs and also going to be in range for the Hydro Cannon. While we lose this matchup here right now, our Water and Ground type will be easily able to take down this Grass type here with a Hydro Cannon, and we will be able to win this game just because of the Powder Snow damage from our Frostless. Next game, amazing lead for us. But honestly, always when I face a Galarian Weezing, I'm always scared. Because this Pokemon has like 2 different moves that it can really run. Like, you always have Brutal Swing on this Pokemon, great play by the opponent here catching. But they either have Play Rough or Overheat, and both of them going to be very difficult to deal with, especially with my backline. So I'm kind of forced to keep my Swampert alive as the opponent going to use a shield here. I'm going to try to swap, but it doesn't swap out as well here. So they're going to go ahead and go for the Surf right now. I'm going to try to get another shield from the opponent by going for another Earthquake here back to back, and I will be able to knock out the Lantern, which is actually not even that ideal for me, because now they could maybe even farm me down with their Pokemon there, but now they're going to go ahead and go into the Medicham here, as they're going to be forced to go into the Rotom. I will be able to let this move go through, hoping that this is going to be maybe something that is just like the Brutal Swing, but no, it's going to be the Overheat already. Then I'm fairly certain that this is going to be a CMP tie on a Brutal Swing, so I'm just going to let this move go through, expecting it to be a Brutal Swing. And it turns out it's going to be another Overheat. This was such a mistake, because if I shielded there and I knew it was an Overheat, I would have been able to easily win this game. There was nothing the opponent could have done there, I think, at this point anymore. But nope, I am now going to lose this game because my only play was to farm them all the way down. And yeah, this was a mistake by me. Shows just shielded the potential Overheat. I didn't even know that they would have had as much energy for that. But we can now move on into the next game. Great lead for us, a very bad save swap for us. Obstagoon is difficult to deal with, but at least the Toxapex is something that we can definitely deal with, as we're going to swap out now into our Frostless. Seems to be a weird play, but I should be able to survive one Night Slash at least here, but I can still outspeed them to the next one, which is very decent for us, as we can now force a shield from the opponent, which is definitely okay for us. And I'm going to let this move go through here, because I know that they're going to outspeed me afterwards. And I can go ahead, go for the full farm down with my Swampert. As long as they have something in the back, okay, not for the full farm down, I'm still going to knock them out, yeah, but as long as they have something in the back that Swampert can deal with, I should be fine here. And they have a Medicham in the back. I have to hope that this Earthquake is coming through and going to hit them. This is my only play of winning this game. And it does not. And they're gonna go ahead and now counter me down. This is like the awkward thing. While the normal Rotom is a Ghost type, this Rotom is not a Ghost type. And we will see that they're going to swap out into the Toxapex. We can go for 2 Thunderbolts here. We can definitely knock them out. But sadly, it's not going to be enough to knock out the opponent's Medicham there. I'm just gonna go for the Troll move and go for a Blizzard here. Of course, it's just for fun, because I know that I lose this game here. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. But we can move on into the final game of today's video. Sableye in the lead again. Again, another Shadow Sableye, which is actually better, I guess, than for Swampert compared to the normal Sableye matchup, as you will be able to win this in the 2-shield guaranteed, as we're going to outspeed them all the time. We're going to now see the charge move from the opponent coming through. They might want to swap out eventually here, as we're going to have now a charge move start, but now they're going to stay in here, trying to get some damage with their Shadow Claw, and they will get me very low already into the red health here right now, but I will take the switch alignment here instead, as you're going to see right now that they're going to try to catch the move onto a Registeel. This did not work, my friend, but Swampert has a great time here right now. Boom, goodbye there, Registeel, in comes the Sableye. Swampert is going to town right now, another knockout here, and we're going to see right now the Stunfisk coming in from the opponent. Very tough one to deal with for our backline though, so we're going to have to play a little bit around this. I can survive one Rock Slide from the opponent, but I cannot survive 2. And the thing is here right now, I have to get 4 more fast moves in, Why 4 more fast moves? You're going to see it right now. I can swap out now into my Rotom, and 1 Earthquake knocks me out. But after an Earthquake, the opponent always needs at least 2 fast moves to get to a Rock Slide, and I was banking on this, and I was be able to win this game here with this one. So this is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the showcase of the not really released Pokemon Rotom-Frost. So if you did, please leave a like, and also watch the video that you see on the screen right now, and I see you then. Bye bye.